Hello everybody, I'm the Sonic Arrow, and I have no idea if this is a finale or not, so I didn't label it as such in the original naming of the file. So, join me once again as we take a peek back at the random number generator. Ooh. And let's just do that now. 1493, we got 140. What does that mean? We have a missing camera and a Gen 1 Pokemon coming in. Now, the question is, what is that Pokemon? Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! See, 140 is Kabuto. If memory serves, we already had a Kabuto. No, we didn't. We have Anorith up there. Okay, but 140 is just Kabuto. Okay, good enough. So that's 3 of the 4 Pokemon that we can get around... Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So let's get back into being unprepared for what was waiting on the other side of that door. It's a simulation. It was a normal gymnasium. Yo, Hajime. You heard the announcement he came here too? You guys did too, right? Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope Speak Academy or something. That cannot be possible. You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello, how's it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope Speak Academy? You. Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock. I just told you guys this is Hope Speak Academy. There's no way in hell that's true. Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope Speak Academy. Well, what's left of it, anyway? What's left of it? Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope Speak Academy fell to ruin. You were serious about that? I don't believe it. But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. Well, what do you mean? Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope Speak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone? Enough with this bullshit, just spit it out already! Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and... It means I made this Hope Speak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between? What do you mean made? Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you? It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. Then what is the graduation exam? Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously going to get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now. You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast? Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. Well, what do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope Speak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is going to hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting has changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. But what is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope Speak Academy. But that's impossible, right? How do we make it back to Hope Speak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible. There's no place for Hope Speak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope Speak Academy? This is Hope Speak Academy. Is the Hope Speak Academy I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope Speak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope Speak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Gah. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. Nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh? Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's going to be solved. Is that what it means? So what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monomi are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of. So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma? The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monomi never once denied that. Even if there are allies, they may not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do? Well, that's obvious. If we're going to get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right? Graduation exam, huh? Not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying. Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? I'm gonna do it! Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope Speak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means. Hell yes! He's right. There's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope Speak Academy. None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So, why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. You should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island. So what are we going to do? Can we start already? Please! What are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going? What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious? She obviously isn't thinking about anything. It'll be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it's not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal. Akane already took off on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonya said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then, let's get this over with and go home. I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium. I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonya took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium. Miss Sonya. Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonya, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more, and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For God's sake, just go! For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Thank you, God! Old building. 5th floor? Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall first half. There's no way he'll make me back down. Just go already! I know where I'm going! Maybe I don't. Okay, that's locked. Looks like... the dojo? Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. What's that? Book? What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope Speak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought Monokuma made this, that totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really just want to ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Just look! Picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Speak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Speak Academy. Is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Speak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Speak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Speak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department, unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Departments are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope Speak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. This Hope Speak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research for talent to create Hope Speak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. Just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Crippled by this incident and forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the beginning of this manga. No, ending, tragedy, the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Names are so melodramatic, no way these incidents really happened, right? The manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right? That's weird. Oh, you're here again. Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh? Why did you forget you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? You should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say? Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of the Reserve Corps students. Or are you willing to steal those memories yourself? Huh? You want to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. Happens pretty often, not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the heck? I am bored already. Straw dummy. Am I done? Yes, I'm done. Okay. 5th floor. Lovely. Botanical garden is blocked off. 2 classrooms here. One's open. A book. This one is Manga for Morons, Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Wasn't the tragedy mentioned in that other manga too? Is went bankrupt and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic. Blah, blah, blah. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I'm getting heartburn. Took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. I'm pouring myself a shot. See what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is... Tragedy occurred at Hope Speak Academy, as the name suggests, blah blah blah. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as the symbol of hope. Hope Speak Academy used all the resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such a rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the Symbol of Hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and conceal the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. Oh, this is just telling us what happened during the events of DR1, when the truth we find out. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I'm excited. Danganronpa /0. The heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Oh. It's just a light novel. Got it. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky you're incompetent. He always asked to leap to something offensive. He seriously pissed me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Far worse incident. Kind of incident. The student that isn't Izuru. Certain student used the incident to their advantage. Really messed up. All doing is raising more questions. The mysteries keep piling up. Just let me solve the mysteries! Well, this one's supposed to be open. Or not, actually. Now that I think about it, I can't even leave to the 4th floor. So now I'm going here? Wasn't I just here? 5A. Yeah, I was just here. God damn it. So check out the gray ones, huh? Ones that seem like they should be open. Ah. So none of the lights are on this time, huh? What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might have freezing to death. Should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here. Show me this. Another manga. Biggest, most awful. Uh-huh. Next one, obviously, about this incident. What was that incident all about? Read the book! I'm sorry I'm kind of skimming through this, but I'm sick of this already. Story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. Incident known as biggest, most awful. Don't so grotesque because the incident itself of that grotesque anime beginning this creepy manga starts with. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. First, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. Not limited to students, people of various races and nations began joining in. Movement was not confined to the internet, began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread, certain abnormalities came to light. By then it was too late. The ends of the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued, shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. Media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and engulfed the world. Terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. War fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war, pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope Speak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. Powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. With this, they created the tragedy, the biggest in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. Tragedy will never end. Blah, 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 blah. Heart was racing in my chest when I felt ice cold. It wasn't because I was freezing. Biggest event in human history. Definitely all made up. If this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them? Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but few not to remember that. Such despair. That's a Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during the period has been completely removed from your brains. The incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it. There's no way that's possible. All the clues here are real. How many times do I have to tell you? Please understand I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as a headmaster, conflicted, really happy you're going to graduate. Other hand, worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision whether you want to leave or stay. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we want to stay inside. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. Recharge headset! Shut up! Not any of you, my headphones. Shut up, bitch, in my headphones! God, I'm getting agitated! I want this to end! Stop monologuing! Despair like that simply can't exist. Outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now, perhaps, no, that's definitely it. Whether or not it doesn't really happen, this despair group, they're devoted to a certain student who guided to its destruction. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy? Plus, their organization is just one person but a group. Are you serious? Shut up, Hajime! If they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called Ultimates. Then, are the killings were involved and connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering right out of the freezing room. Finally! Close, nearly froze to death, so where should I go next? The only other open area... 5B! I should ignore it and pretend I didn't see him. When I went inside this room, the bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that either. I don't want to do that either. I have no choice. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasantly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? Should have done that from the beginning. Didn't want to read your manga in the first place. High school student? Oh, like super... Like eating hot pots. Getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of info you've been waiting so long for. It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally taught for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. Junko Enoshima. High school girl? Junko Enoshima. As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout the history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that Ninja became the tragedy in the first place, so she even recruited people who would have been in position to neutralize the threat. What was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose. It was Junko Enoshima's despair, huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one, controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. So the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko, like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so that they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve course students during the tragedy? Final days. Junko has the power to change people's values. That this is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean by final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide! All 2357 students? Oops, wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Ultimate despair. I'm about ready to use this pencil trick because. Bloop. Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead? What, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait, what was that you said about the killing school life? Like, the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened to Hope Peak Academy. As recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy. For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima. Mastermind took her own life, which means Junko is dead. Turns out that killing life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Thank you! Fuyuhiko is my spirit dude right now. He's not an animal, so he's my spirit animal, because he's like, what the fuck ever. Junko took away memories of former students and forced them to kill each other. She took away the memories, that's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. Limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras are broadcasting the whole thing. Students of Hope's Peak are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up, but that messed up plan was stopped. Junko failed. Lost to the students, placed in her trap. After being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko isn't alive anymore. Then, who's our enemy? Junko is already dead. Are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are there followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved and resemble that killing school life. I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. If the students from Hope's Peak stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? Cameras all over the island. They broadcasting just like during the killing school life. I'm skimming through. I'm sorry. don't care anymore. Ultimate despair, blah, blah, blah. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really want you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it. Oh, well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting close to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. What? Are we going to the 4th floor now? Change to a different hallway again, so sudden what's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided. Oh my god, Hajime! 2 rooms. Music room first. I'm pouring myself a shot because I am fed up with this. I am so fucking tired. I want to end this game already. It's just blah, 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 blah at this point. It's like, dingle, dangle, dingle, dangle, here's the end. Nope, sorry! You gotta listen to this 5-page essay on what's going on. Cheers. Ah. Feel like I can see something strange. Oh, you mean this? Some sort of monument. Monument in the music room? Why? Not just that, Mark. Symbol of Future Foundation. Duh! Come at the graduate Hope Week Academy were among many who established the Future Foundation. Established by the graduates of Hope Week Academy, aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokumi completely made it up. Hologram. Words are floating. Hologram, right? Forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. Person who claims to be a survivor. Upon further investigation, a total of 15. Wondering about the number of people this time. If they're survivors, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. Should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Don't believe the group can go that far without Junko rallying them. In worst case scenario, must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. They're survivors. We should expect them to be quite valuable. We're still investigating details of their origins. We haven't located them either. Continue investigating this matter. Regarding a separate matter, we received a report from the research facility. Preparation has been complete. Seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. 15 students? Is that about us, excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation? There were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. All the clues in this room finally confirmed. It's on our side. Founded by graduates. Took us in to protect us. Shocky should have made that clear if it's true. No, as long as Monokuma, she probably couldn't say anything. He's Future Foundation's enemy, and the destroyed enemy must be the ultimate despair who caused the biggest, most awful event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko industry. Call my attention to the email too. Research facility mentioned what's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was an ancient ruin. There's no way that's a research facility. There is a research facility on this island. There should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there's still so many mysteries. Oh my god! Then go investigate! I'm getting heartburn from this. This is killing me. Why does this suck so much? Different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. Office, huh? Now you mentioned it does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Thank you! Flowers on top of the desk, plus they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? No. Letters, music room, passage, email. Same from earlier. Should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best to continue your investigation. Must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. They've lost Junko. The fact remains they're incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, tragedy is not ended. Still a leader on par with Junko. As long as you do nothing, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything for the sake of a shining future. Okay, can I level with you all real quick? Like, this was not a problem in Danganronpa 1. I don't think. I never had this specific problem with Danganronpa 1. It never went on too long. It just kept going at a smooth pace. This is like saying the same shit over and over. It's like talking in circles. Except you're having a one-person conversation with yourself. You're thinking along the same thing, like, I gotta do it. No matter what, I gotta do it. No matter what, I gotta do it. No matter what gets in my way, I just gotta go forward. I just gotta move forward for the sake of hope. Hope is the only thing in this world that I gotta move forward for the sake of it. Like, I'm going insane! I'm ready to rip my hair out. This is so boring. What? How did they screw up the sequel? I want to move on to Ultimate Despair Girls. Like, that game, I think, is a shooter. Let me confirm that. Ultra Despair Girls. Fine. First spin-off. Set between Danganronpa 1 and 2. It's an action-adventure game. Huh. It looks like it was a shooter. Well, just fucking end this one. Sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated. Does that mean this is in order to kill them? Doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the tragedy is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much an all-out war. If the remnants are the ones waging that war, no way they'd be forgiven that easy. Let me go. Are you serious, bro? Blackboard. Some written here. List of subjects. Names I've seen before. Newspaper. Hyoko. Below that, Hyoko Sayonji. What's this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hyoko, right? I mean, the Hyoko we know. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. The photo of this newspaper, in a way, I can see the resemblance to Hyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hyoko we knew. What does this mean? This lady's pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hyoko Sayonji here. Oh, then Hyoko has an older sister with the same and first last name. An older sister with the same first and last name? That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything. She doesn't have an older sister. Hyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No way, there's still too much of a resemblance. That's Hyoko. Huh? What are you saying? Hyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this? I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She died. She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Well, regardless, all the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair. What the heck? This is the truth? So, the ultimate... The freaking... The ultimate... What were they? The ultimate... Impersonator? Why am I looking here? No. Ultimate imposter, that's right. Could it have been Hiyoko? 4'2", 25-inch chest, 68 pounds. Type B. Likes squishy, dislikes lectures and sour stuff. What? This is the truth? This is the truth in Hiyoko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist? Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh? If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? Some kind of experiment would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it? What's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. Ah, Byakuya's name isn't on there. Just Ultimate Imposter. Overwhelming portrait. Seen it before. Name mentioned in the placard says, the founder, Izuru Kamakura. Huh? Totally raised all the flags on this floor. Go on to the next stage. What? Not again. Always different. Flag. Move different hallway. How can you do that? The game room. This is the only one. Rec room. Whatever. The place where Sakura died. Billiard table, dartboard, shelf lined with magazines. Hard to think a room like this actually exists. What's this? A file? Okay, show me. Oh, the seal on it. Confidential. Big secret. Important document. Be here. Why? Why am I even asking a question like that? Monokuma's responsible. Confirm what's inside. Then look. The cultivation plan. Hope Free Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. The program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. The plan has been the Academy which since its foundation, so it must succeed at all costs. Detailed instructions and intricate orders, full of difficult technical terms. I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. The Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope. Huh. That's not all the flags. There's this. Does this one say? Another email. Yeah! A report we gave you the other day. Finally succeeded in acquiring them and placed them in our care. All dispersed. We were successful in acquiring all 15. Due to the fact we were unable to ask them about specific details, unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. And reported that some were wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined they're the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter. We have no new information to report. We will continue the investigation once they are discovered. We shall eliminate them immediately. For the sake of a future filled with hope. Succeed in acquiring, place in our care, been protected. Then why is this happening? Future Foundation protecting us. Why are they forced to kill each other on this island? Oh my god! You are saying the same thing over and over, Hajime Hinata. Not possible if Future Foundation set this all up. No! Keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What was this hologram thing anyway? Future Foundation's emails. Thought they made it the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that. Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents. Who cares about me anyway? It's not important at all. Blah, 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 blah. True identity should connect everything to what's happening right now? Yeah, that's true. So what else is left? Do I have to look in the locker, the magazine rack? There are magazines here: fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computer, travel. Magazine about cameras. Mahiru, been happy to see this. So that's. Ah! What's left? Dartboard. So school. Did Monkumaran make up this place? That's it. That's it. Second floor? Yes! It is upside down. Different hallway. Pretty much used to it. Even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? Being totally disconnected. So either the library and a classroom. Library first. Man, floor 2 is upside down. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left some here too. I should hurry up and find it. Every time I'm driven to the edge of insanity, I take a shot. Two. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm kidding. I just want an excuse to take 3 shots. Yeah, the brink of insanity has already been reached, so I might as well just keep drinking. But this is non-alcoholic, so I'm not going to get drunk, which means my pain and suffering will continue until this game is done. I'm just stalling. Ugh. Hurry and find it. What about that big floating chunk of hologram? Another one of the emails. Read it, no doubt. 14th Division Makoto Naiki. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? Should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. Email is addressed to Makoto Naigi, but he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Makoto! Yeah, this is a time when you absolutely need the map open. The laundry room? Did I walk into a classroom? Don't really get it, but this looks like a laundry room. At least we're in, but so in school now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. Yeah. Tablet computer, powers on. Next clue. Picked up. Examining. Neo World program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. What's the idea? Has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program, it allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the program has another feature: it can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it's possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is used for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. It's highly effective in treating brainwashing. Abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now, it all disappear. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Ah! I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. That there's no way. Something as crazy as this actually exists. Gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? Level 50 fucking 5? Goodbye! Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. Pooh-hoo-hoo. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Throbbing? Look forward to it. This hallway, when we first arrived, walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. Don't really see a resemblance, but... Bloop, bloop. I am freaking out right now. When we discover the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. The cake was a lie! Classroom 1B. Monochromatic! Is this floating? It's impossible. Noise something floating. What in the world is it? Moment I looked at the object. Chihiro! Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That's the name my master gave me when he created me. Alter Ego! It can talk? But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. Can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one you don't normally meet. Sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it. It's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my... This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet on the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. So if we're in a simulation, does that mean everyone who died got out of the simulation? Is this like the Matrix, except not the Matrix? I've never seen the Matrix, so I don't know. I don't know. Just, were we in the Matrix, and now we have to get out of the Matrix? And somehow everybody survived after dying? Or did everybody... Is it like Sword Art Online, where we put the virtual reality helmet on, and as soon as we die, our brains are zapped with intense microwaves? Do our brains become hot pockets? Ow, it's hot! Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the New World Program? The New World Program is a the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, it means data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears the space is entirely under the virus's influence, probably why I'm appearing before you. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed. Because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. Sorry, don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Near World program. Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It's used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. Program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to, and from there, you upload the memories obtained into the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me, too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage, I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. Future Foundation did that to us, but they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer and the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the observer and the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. I mean, okay, whoa. Okay, yeah, we were all put in there, but did we die while we're in there? Or are we all still alive out there? So, like I said, when the sky turned gray above the beach, that was the simulation being taken over by Monokuma. Whoever hacked into it, this is Monokuma's doing. So, huh? Huh? Is everybody else alive? Do I have hope that Gundam and Mekon, Teru, are they all alive? Are the 2 best girls still alive? Or were they actually killed? Huh? Teachers probably managing the rules they created, there was no risk of abuse, but because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. Just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build a world. It was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounded like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpassed this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible. It was infected through a network. Fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it to the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter the facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers. Neo World Program. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and... Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're going to say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the defluxation based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your death. Death. Hey? Death. 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 Defluxation. Hey? Makoto? What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side? I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video feedback's been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The New World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. Can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. This was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037? 11037. That's the number found at Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient room was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge your graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase the password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm trusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they're going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Everything's going dark. Death. What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing really. I see. Well, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. Finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do with that truth when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear, but still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, isn't everything just meaningless? Same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037. Shutdown sequence. Let's go! Old building. Red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. Just need to focus on that. Let's go! He means this red door, right? Do I have to just go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Hope so. I can't turn around. I can just go forward. Ah! Okay, I'm supposed to. Class Trial Ground 1. Huh? This place. Looks like everyone's here. Seems that this is going to be the final place. This place is... Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? Looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruins leads to. Huh, seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now. It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very... So you finally arrived. Congratulations, guys. The first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before. From before! Actually inspired the one from before, so in a way this place is the original. Who cares? The exam means we can finally go home, right? If that's what you guys decide. And if we have to decide, what do we have to do? Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time. 2 options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one is the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either one of them, you'll be treated as an absence and will not be counted. This means everyone who's died up to now will have their votes treated as absences. Then the results is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by majority vote, from there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. And when we do the stupid majority vote, the result is pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right? You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current. Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it. My, what your orifices are using to spew bile. To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know? What does that mean? It won't end with just a majority vote? After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not. So even if you vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it. I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier. But you don't have to worry, there's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because that's how it has to be. It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego was talking about? Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is, you said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then. Who's the main cast? Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys. There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones who are involved, you know? Doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining. Now, hold on. What's with that chump comment? Ah, not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy. How dare you treat him like a toy? I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories. Huh? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna end the episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll come back and do this last case, I guess? I don't know, but we'll pick our last Pokemon for the route, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!